Today on Thunder Bear 4-wheel drive, we're going to be doing some maintenance on the 392. So right now we are headed to town to pick up a couple parts. The last two components that I need are an actual oil filter and some wiper blades. Believe it or not, we've been running the factory blades on the Jeep since we bought it. So they're a little over 2 years old and literally falling apart now. So we'll go get those parts and we'll be back in the shop and start tearing into it and getting it done. We're also going to be doing diff covers. I bought some Dana cast diff covers for it. Also going to be replacing the American Adventure Lab daytime running lights that we got for it. They're less than a year old and both of them have burned out, so I bought replacements for them, so we'll get those stuffed in there too, so we're all legal beagle and all that good stuff. So stick around and check us out. All right, cool. All right, well, we're back here in the garage and it's time to start changing the oil. So you know, you've probably seen a million people change oil before, so you'll start draining stuff out and get the filter ready to change. I'm actually going to try that cup trick that I've seen people use with the oil filter. I don't know, I've never done it personally, but we're going to see if it actually works. So down below, here we go. There we go. So, helpful oil changing trick for those of you that might not know. It's always good to go drive your vehicle, get the oil good and warm before you change it so it drains out better. It's been sitting for probably 20 minutes, letting everything kind of move down to the oil pan. So, I've got the aluminum oil pan. This is a first gen 392. So there were some that came afterwards that had a stamped steel pan that wasn't as deep. So I haven't put this thing in a position to damage it yet. There is a plan to get full skid plates all the way underneath this. But right now it makes it super easy for changing the oil because it's certainly a low point. So I'm going to let that drain. And now we're going to try that little trick with the cup on the oil filter. So, all right. Alright, so here we go with this cup. Oh crap, I'm gonna lose it. You might grab a paper towel. No, other side. I'm gonna need you to reach in here and grab it.
I got it.
Go ahead and stick it upside down in the drum funnel. All right, time to put oil back in it.
Pause.
Yep. All right, so if people wonder what I've been putting in this for oil, I went straight for the Amsoil. So this is the Signature Synthetic 040. So one thing that I didn't have ready for this service was I put this new K&N air filter system in, and I don't have a replacement element for this yet. So what I typically do is when I'm doing an oil change is I'll pull the filter element out and I'll set it aside, and then I'll put a clean element back in, and then while between oil changes I'll take the element that I pulled out and I'll get it cleaned up and re-oiled and ready to go, so it just sits on a shelf ready. So I don't have that second element yet, so but I'll probably get it here before too long. This one hasn't been in for very long, so I'm not super concerned about dirt yet. One of the reasons that I went with the K&N filter was because K&N did not make a replacement filter element for the factory air box. So what they did offer was a completely different replacement air box with a more universal style cone filter. So that's what it's got. It says I'm full, but I know these take 7 quarts and we haven't started it yet, so it's going to pull that down, fill the filter. So it'll be just a second here. .52 psi at idle. There we go. Right to the top of the hash marks.
I am now.
Alright, so here's factory wiper blade. It was, well, it just peeled off. So that was that. You might wonder what I use for wiper blades. And I am a particular fan of the Rain-X Quantum series. So they've got stuff impregnated into the blade to make the windshield more hydrophobic. So that's what I like. And that is that. And it looks like this one was doing the same thing.
How many years have you had these ones?
These wiper blades are the original wiper blades that came with the Jeep. They've been on there for 2 years. So if you wonder how long factory stuff lasts, I guess you can say it lasted 2 years. One thing these Rain-X blades have is this little dot on the outside edge. So over time, there's a black dot over a yellow dot, and the black wears off, and when you can see the yellow, that tells you it's time to replace them. So these are the blades that I ran on my Ram when I got replacements. So it's just, I've been using these for a long time. I believe I had these on my first Jeep as well. So it's just what I use. I know BF Goodrich makes blades. I don't know if they're any good. They make good tires. I was tempted to check them out. I think K&N makes blades. There's a few different companies, but I went with what I know. So I like these the Rain-X Quantum. So, and it's the Rain-X treatment like you would put on your windshield. That's what the blades are impregnated with. So one thing I've been wanting to get is a shorter antenna over here, because this thing's kind of big and everything. So Terraflex makes the short version, so we're just going to swap that out. I've had this for a while. Been sitting in my office, and today is the day. It's one of those threads that fight you the whole stinking way, and as soon as I say that, it lets go. So the antenna comes with this little adapter here, so that goes into the antenna lug, and then the antenna goes on that. And that's it. So you can see it from the side here. Zoom out. So actually this is going to make it a lot easier to clean the windshield when I get gas, because that's so much shorter. This thing was always in the way, so I'll probably leave it in the rig, store it somewhere just to have it, just in case something happens to this. But it's pretty protected behind the light and between the mirrors, so I'm not thinking that it's gonna ever get any damage, but you know, you never know. As soon as you say it's not, it obviously will. So to show you what these look like now and why I'm replacing them, check this out. So this one looks like it's missing teeth. The one over here, it doesn't even come on at all anymore. So and that is all there is to taking that out. So that's where my light connector is. So this is the factory harness right here, this piece with yellow and brown and black wires, and then this is an additional resistor set to make it LED ready or whatever. And then so this I bought with the original lights. The replacement lights just have the harness here. So we're just going to plug into these real quick and make sure that the new light works, to make sure that something's not wrong with this resistor, which I don't think there is. There doesn't appear to be any broken wires or any burn marks or anything, so I'm going to assume that it's just this light is buggered up. Alright, so here's the driver's side. Alright, cool. Alright, now we got to go through the process of removing it off of the bracket up here and tearing all that out real quick so that we can swap them out and go from there. I don't know how well you guys can see this. I know that this is dirty because it's dirty, but if you look at this leading edge, there's no more powder coat there. And you look down here, powder coat's coming off that. So these were not powder coated very well. You can feel it blistering, so kind of a, I don't know, a little disappointing, but just guess I'm gonna have to hope for the best. I want to be careful that I don't over tighten these because they've got nylocks on them. I think they just need to be held in place, really, is all. I don't want to put too much pressure on them because I don't want to risk cracking any seals that they've created when they manufactured it. Because obviously the last pair quit working for a reason. I'm going to assume that this was for, you know, it's probably, it got something in there. So, camera up here. So, one thing I just did with putting this all back together was I cut a relief here for the cable to go through. I didn't much care for that gap being enough, and I wanted the cable to not be out here anymore. So it runs all the way on the inside up above here and plugs in down here in the corner. So it's 100% protected compared to what it was. So I'm going to make the same modification on the passenger side when we go to do it. Well, I thank everybody for watching the video. We didn't get to the diff covers right yet. I'm going to save that for another day. Just took a little extra time getting those inner fenders in and out. But as you can see, everything's working now. So phase one of maintenance complete. Part of wanting to do the diff covers was changing the fluid in the diff. So I got some Amsoil for that as well. So hopefully here maybe in the next couple days I'll get on that and we'll get that recorded and get these videos out to you. So again, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And if you want, check out some of these videos, and we'll see you guys in the next video.